Hi everyone, it's Shady
Hey guys, Giacomo, yeah.
It's like,
from Milan Club Melbourne, and we're kicking off another Rossoneri Roundup for this week. No games this week in Serie A, obviously with it being the international break. So, Giacomo, we're looking. I guess we have a bit of time to look forward to the derby in a week. Looks like quite a few
Mm.
missing. What's your take on everything?
Yeah, it'll be an interesting one. I thought it was going to be a closer game than a lot of the pundits are thinking, anyways. But now with players from both teams going down with illnesses and maybe having to stay in other countries with quarantine issues and stuff, it looks like it'll be an interesting match.
Yeah, definitely. Luke, how do you see our defensive? I mean, we're hearing our Capitano might be back. So, what are your thoughts on that?
back. It's big. I've been dying to see him for ages. As much as I love Gubbia, but I've been dying to see Romagnoli slot back in there because we know that partnership was good. Romagnoli was a little bit clumsy and wasn't at his peak at the end of last season, but I reckon he'll come back in and I reckon he'll be back up to standard again. Captain coming back in is a big deal. It's just a little bit concerning about not really having too much depth if one of those two goes down, is what's happening. But if those two, they'll stay in, and they're both pretty strong, and they're strong players, so I reckon we'll be right.
Yeah, I guess that leads into the fact that we didn't end up getting a centre back at the end of the transfer window to sort of cover that issue with illness or injury.
Exactly.
I mean, it leaves us a bit open.
Yeah. What happens if one of them gets injured? I mean, during the game, even what are our options? Who's gonna slot in? Are we gonna push Kessie back or something? I mean,
yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
At least we've got Tonelli, so we've got two midfielders.
Yeah.
But
We've got the midfield covered, but that's the thing with a season like this as well. That's what we've all talked about depth, and that's the issue right there. If you've got the Europa League, you've got Serie A, you've got Corona. So hopefully it won't be an issue. Hopefully they can step back in. And Giacomo, I mean, in more ways than one, we're getting more than one leader back, right? With Ibra, I mean, he's tested negative second consecutive swab, right? So I think he'd be good for the game.
Yeah, he put out a tweet. I think it was this morning with some illicit words towards the virus, but yeah, it looks like he's back. I don't think it's taking too much of a toll on the players with their physical condition and how fit they are. I mean, he's been posting videos while he's been at home running on the treadmill pretty quick every day, so he'll come back as normal, I think, and getting him and Romagnoli back in the same game is a pretty big boost.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
I've got to say, how classic Ibrahimovic is this, how he's dealt with it. Even his tweet, how it was all in person. It went to script how you would think he would handle it.
Yeah. Very, very characteristic of him. Yeah, definitely on script. And pick the wrong person to mess with and all that. Yeah, classic Ibra. We need to see more of that on the pitch as well. It'll be good. I mean, potentially, we were talking about, Giacomo, you were talking about Rebic potentially being back as well with his elbow. I mean, his elbow dislocation.
Yeah, I've seen a few things saying that he's recovering pretty well from that nasty dislocation on his elbow. So he could be another one to pop in. But I think our depth with that position is really good. Like, Brahim Diaz has come in, he's impressed. I know he's impressed me. I think he's probably impressed everyone with the way he's playing. He's a real offensive threat. So it'd be nice to have Rebic, but I think we'll be okay without him.
Yeah. And Luke, I mean, I know we'll have another chat about this next week, right before the game. We'll have a better picture of what's going on exactly. But if you were to pick, if you were to have all our attacking players fit, how would you start? I mean, what kind of attacking lineup would you feel, Luke?
Well, Rebic and Ibra have to, I think. The other side is the one that concerns me. I would have loved for us to sign someone else, probably Diaz.
Yeah.
Salamakers he's improving and he's showing signs, but I don't think he's quite at standard.
Okay. So sorry, Diaz over Salamakers on the right and Çalhanoğlu in the middle?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
All right. What about you, Giacomo?
Yeah, it's a funny one because, like you said, Salamakers is improving. I think Castilejo's sort of found his spot on the bench at the moment with everyone else sort of performing, and he's not doing too well. But Diaz has shown so much that it's be hard to drop him. But then Salamakers is consistently improving, and just the other day, for Belgium, he got man of the match. I think it might be under 21s, but still.
And Diaz scored for the Spain under 21s, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So they're all showing, but then you've also got Leao, who scored 2 in our last game. So where does he fit into the lineup? Does he move to the bench after scoring a brace? It's a good problem to have, but also at the same time, it's who do you bring in? Who's the right call? I think you have to look at partnerships, I guess. So, like Luke said, Rebic with Ibra, I think is an important one.
Yeah, Leo's an interesting one because he seems like he gets a bit angry and like a bit frustrated if you don't start him or you take him off early.
Yeah, but he's not consistent when you do start him. Sometimes he'll be like fire. He's amazing. In other games, it's like he can't be bothered, and that's the thing. That's
that's been my problem with him the whole time. I said it through last season. He's got his talent. He's like infinite. What he's got, but he almost looks like he's too cool to be there. Sometimes, and then all of a sudden he'll just pull out an amazing move or a goal, and you think, just do it more often, please.
Yeah, please more this, mate. Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, we need a bit more consistency from him. Let's hope that happens this season. Luke, before we go, we were just talking about the Primavera. How are they doing this season so far?
Yeah, so obviously the hiccup last season going down to the second division, but they're back up, and they won the first game, but now have lost I think 2 in a row, maybe. So lost against Juve 0-1. I'm not overly concerned about that though, because Juve were last season, they were one of the best in the Primavera League. And from that game, the 0-1 loss, it was pretty even up until the 84th minute. So a few
they have a sucker punch in the end,
the crossbar and things like that. So. And we lost against Atalanta as well, but they're both good youth academies. So I'm not too upset about that or too concerned. Just want to see Torino come out and us to beat Torino. And even last year was a bit different because we had Colombo and Maldini, and that attacking lineup was pretty strong. And obviously that's a bit of a changing of the guard this year. But yeah, so only I think Di Gesù, if that's his name, is the only goal scorer I think in the league for us this season. So we kind of need someone to step up again, because for the last few seasons, our striker really in the Primavera team has been the best player. Colombo and Maldini last year, Frank Sergiu, if that's how you say it, the year before. So. Yeah, we want to see that new player kind of grow into the role this season.
Yeah, last year we had the attacking midfielder. I think it was Luan Capani, something like that we got from Lazio the season before. He was doing really well. Looks like this season it hasn't been the case. Looks like
he might have gone
it really hasn't materialized this season, has it?
Yeah. Well, yeah, a lot of our good players from last season have been loaned out, so it's almost a fresh team this season. And like our youth players are genuinely, the standard has gone up. Like we've got the ones that are out on loan a lot of them are at Serie B sides, and Pobegga's at Spezia. We saw him in the Milan game. So the talent is genuinely there and it's improving. I like the youth system is strong, and I like it. We're actually getting talent coming out of it. It's good.
Yeah, well, here's hoping we can get a few more players up into the first team. Yeah.
Just one more What do
Yeah,
we
go for
think?
it.
What do we think with we got the signing of? I don't think we covered it. We got the signing of Delot from United.
Oh, United.
What does Calabria need to do wrong for him to get in? How long do you think before he makes his debut for us?
I think a couple of games on the right, unless they want to bring him on for Hernandez on the left at some point, because he can play on both flanks, right?
Yeah, because we've only got him. It's a dry loan for 1 year, so we're going to have to sort of give him some games, or else it'd just be a
make the
waste
most
of.
Yeah, and he seems to
exactly.
be. Yeah. What do you think? Luke?
I don't know about you guys, but I'm slowly becoming a big fan of Calabria. I love him.
I can't believe it either. I actually can't believe it.
Last season, I mean, only like a few months ago, we were saying sign his papers and send him.
Get him out of here.
I don't know how he's done it, because he showed what he's doing at the moment, and through the end of last season into the preseason and now, he showed none of it.
Yeah.
It's all completely come out of nowhere.
It's like,
he's playing like a.
Who is this guy?
Playing like a bull. He's playing like a bull. He's not getting beaten down the flanks like he used to. He's making good passes.
Yeah.
He's having shots on goal. It's amazing what he's doing.
He's scoring, and then in the preseason friendlies, he's scoring all these scorches. I'm like, where's this coming from?
It's like we've signed a new player.
Yeah.
It is. Maybe it's the Ibra effect going down that far. Who knows?
Long may that continue is all I'm going to say. Yeah.
Isn't it funny that any player now that plays well, that we've had for a year or two, as soon as they turn their form, everyone's like, "Oh, it's Ibra. It's Ibra has done
that."
That's it.
He can't do anything wrong. He cannot do anything wrong.
Yeah. Easy. All right, lads. Well, it's good talking as always. We'll catch up next week, obviously, before the derby. Hopefully, we'll have a better picture of everything. Hopefully, our players stay safe and we've got a relatively full squad going into it. Cheers, lads. And as always, Forza Milan.
Forza Milan.
Forza Milan.